Hello students, good morning to all of you. Today we'll start how to remove poverty. Before this, we have already discussed the different points, causes of the poverty. Again, I want to revise what are the causes of the poverty. There are the economic factors and social factors. Economic factors and social factors. So, low productivity in agriculture, underutilization of natural resources, inequality of income, fast rise in populations, and slow generation of employment of opportunities. These are the different points so far that economic factors is concerned and the social factors is concerned. Today we'll discuss if we know that who are the poor and what are the causes of that poverty. After knowing their causes, we can explain how to remove the poor or day-to-day life. You also know that different problems, which way the poverty is increased, which way the poverty is increasing gradually, and what are the steps are being taken on behalf of the government to eradicate the poverty. So first of all, in simple, we will discuss how to remove the poverty. कैसे हम poverty को remove कर सकते हैं. You know that there is the first point, which was that fast rise in populations, and second point we are discussing low productivity in agriculture, and next point most is that below generation of employment of opportunities and unutilized of natural resources, inequality of incomes. With regard to this, to solve this poverty, first point we may write is that is that increase in industrial productions. First point, increase in industrial productions. Which is indirectly related with to increase that employment opportunities. It means when we will establish that more and more industry, our natural resources should be fully utilized and we can introduce and install the new technique machines in the process of the productions so that rationalization should be introduced in the different stages and the industrialists of large scale and small scale that should be integrated, and to increase our productivity industrial productions we will give the proper training to our laborers. So far that 1956 industrial policy concerns, what are the facilities we can provide to our laborers, different kinds of amenities, training facilities, or the environments that should be created properly so that we can increase our industrial productions. It means if we will establish more and more industries, number one, we can utilize our natural resources, Number two, we can implement our new techniques. We can install our new machines. So more labor will be used in the introduction of that new techniques. IT sector will improve. As a result of there will that advancement technology will be used by the large scale and small scale industries, and there will the integrations in between the large scale groups and the small scale industry groups. So there must be the proper training facilities. In this way we can increase our employment opportunities and we can reduce or remove our poverty. So not only this in case of that industrial productions, but also we have to increase that agriculture production, increase in agriculture or agricultural productions. It means we have to increase our agriculture productions. We have to increase our productivities. How we can increase our productivity? That is, I may say that yield. How we can increase these productions, these productivities? Think yourself. That is one kind of survey, because you have to go in the rural areas and what are the problems are being faced by the rural workers or rural laborers. And you have read also in the newspaper, you had read that some farmers they are doing that suicide because they are not getting that proper outputs, proper productions in that agriculture field. So whatever they have that own resources, and that what that government also giving that resources, these daily laborers or that farmers they are using these resources, but their output is not accordingly their expectations. So that is why a lot of problems they are facing. I will discuss one by one. So first of all, we have to go to the root cause. Whenever farmer starts his production, depends on that monsoon for that plowing the fields. That is why if there will be no rain, so farmers are not able to sowing the seeds or plowing the fields. So that is why first point that problem can be solved of the farmers irrigation facilities. Most important points in that irrigation facilities. Or whenever there is the irrigation facilities through the canal, sprinkle systems, then farmers will be motivated and they will be produce that maximum outputs. So after that irrigation facilities, for that plowing the field, we need the different kinds of techniques like machines that should be implemented in that particular field. So that kinds of training or that kinds of resources, that kinds of finance that should be available. So that is called that most important factor in the implementations. That is, I will write that implements. Think yourself. और उसके बाद हमको चाहिए कि they have to prepare that proper soil ready, and that soil ready means that land is to be properly fertile and the farmers can able to conserve this soil, that will not be the eroded due to the rain. So that is called that soil conservations. Soil conservations. Then we may say that the land should be that proper fertilizers, fertilizer facilities, that should they get that from that farmers, because whenever they're plowing the fields, at that time they have to do it properly. Then they have to get that high yielding variety of seeds. High yielding variety of seeds or improved seeds. Improved seeds, that is high yielding variety of seeds they should require. Or what types of seeds they should be used. So they should know that about their soil, किस टाइप का सॉयल है, इसमें कौन सा सीड्स इंप्लीमेंट करना पड़ेगा, ये भी चीज इनको जानना पड़ेगा. So all these things they should know step by steps. So after that, sowing the seeds, at what time they have to implement high yielding variety seeds, fertilizers, pesticides, insecticides, this is also most important factors, at what time they have to implement, as well as most important problems that at present times the farmers they are facing, that is that energy or power, energy sectors or that power sectors, they are most important. And to all kinds of work we must need the proper training facilities of the farmers. BLW is employed in the rural areas, that the farmers will get that proper trainings. So farmers and the rural community as a whole adjust to that changing of that farm structures. And the farmers, especially the small farmers, should be exposed in the innovations in agriculture farming, and atmosphere or the suitable atmosphere should be created in which farmer should be induced to adopt that technology and to create that more productivities by using that high yielding variety of seeds. So these are the different points we have to know, and we have to provide. Among all them, one is that finance facilities also. Finance facilities, this is also most important factors, that all these are that sites which require to produce that maximum yield, maximum production by a farmers, then that farmers can increase that agriculture productions. So these are the different way we can increase the production. So these facility when the farmers will get, or that small landholders will get, then they can remove the poverties. Then they can increase their agriculture productions. Again, there is that equal distribution of income, because in certain cases you know it that when there was that implementation of the green revolutions, that time those persons had that more acre lands in that Haryana and Punjab, they get that more benefit, but small farmers or landless farmer they did not get that benefits. So the inequality of income arise due to that uneven opportunities of work, Those who are poor should be provided that gainful employment opportunities, and tax system should be formulated that it may restrict the concentration of wealth in a fewer hands, so that I have already said in that public finance, for that richer section of the people we should give that more tax, and poorer section of the people we should pay that less tax, so that different types of tax, for the rich section progressive tax, or there is that one also proportional tax, but for that poorer section we should implement that schemes, that is that regressive tax. Similarly, we may say that inequality income should be reduced. Third point you may write, inequality income should be reduced, or that is that how to remove the poverty. There should be the equal distribution of income and wealth, that is that equal distribution of income and wealth, or that is inequality income should be removed. It is your inequalities income. Next is capital formations. Capital formations. It means the people, how they will get that maximum capital, because high rate capital formation is a precondition to our economic growth. If industrialists, they will get that finance, so that they can invest that capital in the process of the productions in the industrial sectors. So in the underdeveloped countries, because the low level of per capita income, so whenever there is a vicious circle poverty, low level of per capita incomes, low consumptions, low saving, low investments. This vicious circle for low investments, low productions. Low production means there is the low incomes, so that there is the poor. So a part of the money incomes is spent on conspicuous consumptions or luxurious items. Social system also makes the people spendthrifts. It means whenever that some people they get that income, they will spend that income on that luxurious items, and sometimes they may be the spendthrifts. They spend that lot of money on that consumption purposes, so they are not able to invest their capital in the process of productions. So waste of all kinds must be avoided. Monetary and banking institution can also mobilize that saving, but till to date, the rural areas persons, they are not getting that finance facilities, that is banking facilities also are not available, so that these people are not able to save their money. Use of capital resources in unproductive occupations should be checked, and first human resources should be properly used. And most important points, what I was told in that first point, rapid increase in populations. Rapid increase in populations. So that population should be, how it is checked. The government measures the different steps. Among all them, that is that one point, that is that population control. Population control. How to control our population. So among all them, there are some measures, and the family planning is that most important methods. So how to control the population or check the populations? You may take that several points using the various means of communications to persuade the people to adopt that small family norms, one or two children. This is the one kinds of simple convince to the peoples. And India has introduced that family planning system in the world which is that implemented that making that available the family planning methods through different outlets in urban areas as well as in semi urban areas and also rural areas. Setting up a family planning centers to make available the various services related to that family planning methods, how that people can adopt that small family, one child or two children. Either it may be that boy, male or female. Similarly, we should provide also financial assistance to acceptance or the motivation of the family planning methods, and we should also consider about their health services and availability of that lower mortality among the infants, as well as provision of nutritions, immunizations and other protective preventive measures against the disease. We have also complex that male and female. So we have to promote that female child more of educations, higher educations, and that female can get that more and more employment opportunities in that higher levels. And for that female children, we have to provide that better educations. We have to arrangement that better educations about that health and that biological reproductions. Among all them at present time we are finding that if that girl children or that female children, they will get that higher education, so their marriage will be delayed. So that is the most important point, promotion of the delay marriage and creating the awareness of that opportunities for that research and that family planning practices. Besides this, we may adopt also different kinds of suitable atmospheres. Next point is that suitable atmosphere. It means unless all the section of the society are conscious about the evils of the poverty, it cannot be removed. We should know that why we are the poor and what are the causes of the poverty. So we should know, and if there is the poverty, what will that result or that what will that consequence. So the concentrated efforts at the national level should be made and a favorable climate for these efforts created. People should break the bonds of traditional and superstitions. And time to time, what the governments are providing the facilities, that are different kinds of special programs for the benefit of the poor peoples, that also these people should know how they will get that more employment facilities, or what are the common minimum programs, that is that government policies that they should know, that is poverty alleviation programs or that PAPs. Next period we will discuss that poverty alleviation programs. Thank you.